even though it's a SKADE 1-0, it actually was Endpoint who came out on top. So Endpoint will be able to choose their side into this one, and they are going to be opting for the CT side. Sometimes it's a little bit questionable about what side people pick on this map. It seems like sometimes the T side does better. It is nice to run at the opposing team with AKs and getting cat control every round, but at other times it's nice to lock down that long A as a CT. So we will see who is able to come out on top. Thomas with the odd dualies and nade combo. I like to see some kind of trickery with that, but I've yet to be convinced of the dualie success.
Ogo likes to go for that combination actually on Nuke, but it's a very niche combo because he plays on top of HUD, so he likes to chuck a nade in early on. So Real though, early pick, and that's a bomb dropped as well. Great information. You can see the rotations being forced out over here. Dennis Law trying to take him down, but the Kenny S angle is notoriously hard to bring down. Thomas, the dualies come into play, finds the first one. Can they have more? Looks like they can, but from the gun of Surreal. Dude, Thomas, that's insane. That's actually... He just keeps firing from that angle. He never has to stop. Spellin is able to take down Crucial. That's the first kill they've had so far, but that's just finished off there and then. Was there a player who disconnected?
No, they had 5 kills in the round, so I think that's a glitch with the top right now. I think we need to refresh on the HUD or something like that, because I'm not sure. That looks like it's supposed to be Dennis right there, and it's not showing up. But he did die. He did die on the round. Surreal got 3 kills. Thomas got 2.
And we don't have... Well, you know, it is Dennis Law. But that was interesting with the dualies, Maui. We're against an anti-eco. Probably not going to see too much action. So you can probably talk about that. Do you think the fact that he can continue, you know, practically spraying down with, you know, these slow taps in the 30-bullet magazine from that angle towards the chart, do you think that makes it potentially worth it? Like that position, it looked like the right gun.
It looked all right. I think the recoil reset though is a little bit slower than the USP. So even though you have more bullets to spam, they might not necessarily be as accurate. I think the instance that you mentioned with Obo, how he plays on top of the hut with dualies and the nade, that's been happening for a pretty long time, and I think that's one of the best uses of dualies. In fact, actually, I've seen. I think the first time I saw that was probably in around 2017 or something, around when this new nuke came out. But see if SKADE are able to convert this. I think Crucial is going to have a field day here, though.
Okay, he misses a shot over here. Not sure what kind of field days you're used to, but Robin is hoping to start spraying them down. Raftu will eliminate Crucial. Thomas from the other side comes in. It's Robin and himself with a good crossfire, and Thomas will finish things off. They do get 2 kills. They do get some good damage, but at the end of the day, they save the rifles, and it's all good. It's all good. Thomas still sporting the dualies from round 1.
Those are going to come into play.
Yeah, for sure. He's going to run out of bullets on the magazine, and he's going to pull out the dualies, kill 5 people. It's called,
you know what's better than 30 bullets? 60 bullets.
Absolutely. We can bring out the PP zone. Rainwaker, he's got to start stepping up soon. Flashbang going over, fully blinded, but not Surreal. He gets 1, Robin's down, but Surreal's good for another. With it goes the bomb, so he knows they have to aggress onto him. Surreal re-peeks out, 3 kills so far, and a round well done. Thomas, oh no, Rainwaker, he was trying to be tricky, but Thomas finds him. He's got plenty of time because the bomb hadn't been planted, so he's in no rush and checks out all of his angles properly. 3 versus 1. Dennis Law has got the world against him.
Will he find any kills? He finds 1 actually, but the Smalley should push him out. Oh, actually takes a bit of damage. 17 HP remaining, but will he get the better of Mighty Max? He will not. Too much damage dealt by Thomas and that Molotov. Very good utility coming out from Endpoint there. That is why they are such a stud team on Dust 2, even though that was a very good attempt from Dennis Law there. And is there any way we can get a refresh on this HUD still? Because this is a little bit harder to call.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll switch to our cameras in the 5th round, and we'll be able to get it through. Don't worry.
Got it. I see that actually now. Yep.
Yeah. So to the viewers, we'll be all good. Just 1 more round of this, and 1 more round of the fantastic action before SKADE is put on an eco. If they lose this one, well, that's a big if. Endpoint would love it. SKADE a little bit less so. Rainwaker. And Rocking, they have moved in.
It's
They've got the
same
double smoke. Yeah, it is the same thing. Surreal this time will actually get onto the window a little bit earlier. He gets the perfect angle too. Rocking swings out wide to take down Thomas, but Surreal still good for 2 kills. Unfortunately for the CT side, it won't be 3. Spellin is in a great position as well. He can take down Crucial. The AWP is particularly at risk to this. Bomb being planted. Spellin knows that if he drops down, there could be a fantastic 180, but he'll play this safely. He drops. He hasn't been heard. They've gone past the audible range for that, and Spellin could line them all up. Finds one. Can he make it more? He's already put a pause onto his opponent's steps. Can they find anything? Crucial's been taken down, and that might be it. Robin has to go for the save.
You can tell Spellin has been around the scene for a while. That's the infamous get right lurk. It's exactly how he used to play Dust 2, just always going up catwalk, whether it's early in the round, late in the round. It always felt like get right found the timing, and Spellin just did that. He is able to find the flank there off of that mid to B. It's like old NIP is back in the form of SKADE.
I wouldn't go that far. Why not? Sure, if you want to make it that, drastically 87-0 lineup, SKADE, I'm more than happy to have that from you.
Yeah, if they can pull that together there, that would be impressive. But it does not seem like they are going to be offered that too easily.
Hey.
But
Maui, I have one question for you. If they are the old NIP, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who is Fifth Lauren?
Who's Fifth Lauren? It would have to be Law, right? But Dennis Law is more impactful than Fifth Lauren probably was. So I maybe would give it to Rocking or Raft too. Yeah.
Well, let's see.
There's no
Rainmaker
1-to-1
so
matchup,
far
let's
is
say that.
0-4. So
Yeah.
hopefully he can start bringing things up. Otherwise, perhaps Fifth Lauren becomes a little bit more of a done deal. We have corrected the HUD glitch, guys. Don't worry. And we have it back in. Hopefully resume should be coming in soon enough. Dennis Law, in the meanwhile, is looking a little bit upset with the pause in that picture of his. He's looking angry. He's looking fierce.
He does have a frown in that picture, doesn't he?
He does. He's just seen his teammates, and he's saying, you know what, guys, do I have to carry this game, or are you going to chime in too? Which is unfair on his part. Dennis Law, you're being unreasonable. Raptor has 4 kills right now. That's quite good. Dennis Law, don't be like that. Spellin's just sitting here thinking, why do I have to be here while they're fighting? Can't we just play Counter-Strike and have fun? And they are going to play Counter-Strike and have fun. Dennis Law, though, lands a shot, which is not going to be a lot of fun for Mighty Max. Robin, the only one with an M4 or significant firepower, has to come through big soon enough. A good timing on the smoke. Surreal can't get the flick. And there you have it. Robin peeks out, brought down by Spellin, who walks into the open, gets 2 kills, and it will be the 3rd as well.
Very nice round from Spellin there, getting so many entries on that side. Oh, wow, Rocking getting that kill there. All right, it's probably Raft 2 that's Fifth Lauren, but Mighty Max just going to try to save this CZ, it looks like, save a little bit of armor. But that was such a nice round from Spellin there. It seems like he comes up at such choice moments for the SKADE lineup, and now the bomb has been planted. Raft 2, I think he caught wind of Mighty Max's scent. And he's going to be able to take him down. A flawless round from SKADE off the back of a very great long entry from Spellin. Those were some quick headshots, I have to say. The utility was coming his direction. He had to get forced. He got forced out of his angle, and he found every single kill.
Endpoint now on the full eco, Maui. They do have a nade, which can always be dangerous. Where is that nade going to be used? Oh, can it be at a good time in? No, never mind. It's already been used and it's gone. Crucial. He is low and his teammates are dead. Thomas, fortunately, is able to capitalize on the one shot that Crucial hit. And it is going to be a continuation of headshot after headshot. And eco frags galore as Dennis Law finishes off Robin. Now, though, Endpoint can pull out that single buy without the AWPs. They aren't going to have the double op they like. They aren't even going to have a single op which they like. They're going to have a Farmers in the hands of Mighty Max, which is not the ideal situation, but maybe you can see a boost coming out from them over towards short. Catwalk, get some control there. They're, interestingly enough, actually fighting for long control, which is not what you'd expect. Robin, though, beautiful flashbang on the lineup, comes in. He has two. The third evades him, but he's done more than his fair share of work. It's all up to the rest of the lineup to come in and come up.
Great situation now for Endpoint here. Should be able to convert this one, especially given the damage that he inflicted onto Spellin as well. There are 3 players remaining, but pretty much 2.5 in terms of HP here. Mighty Max will be playing a nice long angle here, but Endpoint, the one weakness they have in their setup right now is that it's just a single player holding cat and a single player holding long, and they can't really help each other out too much. Thomas is looking like he's rotating over, but this flash is going to be sent out, but it actually causes Mighty Max to lose his life. As he's throwing that, he actually is taken out. Crucial's on the bomb site, but they are swarming him at this point, and maybe SKADE has found a way into this round. It's a 2v2 situation. This round's really turned on its head at this point, and Thomas, he's going to be smoking off the corner here, so Denislaw is going to be forced out of his position, but now it's just Denislaw. He will find the kill onto Robin. He's looking for the next, and he finds it! Gets the kill onto Thomas. Denislaw there with a heroic round for him and his team off of what should have been a sure thing for Endpoint there.
Raftu even got so unlucky when he looked away at the wrong time, but Denislaw, you're right, he saves the day like nothing else. Robin, those 2 kills made it look like the round was very much over, but they went over towards the A side. Denislaw finds himself nestled inside car position, and then it is just easy pickings. Wow, double peek coming out from the scouts. They're actually coordinating that pretty nicely. The question is, can they win this duel, as Denislaw is just shooting them repeatedly through walls?
That's some really good damage from Denislaw there. It's going to improve his ADR, as this should be a pretty clean anti-eco, all things considered. But, you know, Endpoint, they've come up with some pretty nice just rounds with these kind of buys, actually. Spellin just swinging out, finding the timing there. He knew there actually wasn't the crossfire in place. That looked very bold, and it worked out wonderfully for him. He even throws a nade now to Surreal. This is going to create so much pressure, almost blinds himself there, but finds the timing, and oh, actually, Denislaw finds the kill.
If he does it. 3-5. SKADE now have to face off against what should be an AWP in the hands of Crucial, but does Surreal go for it? No, he doesn't. Okay. They're surprisingly enough not saving up for the double op setup as much as they'd like them to. They are very good with it. Surreal's excellent on the secondary op, but maybe they just want him to be playing more of a B-side angle with the M4A4 F2 play internal to the site itself. It's entirely possible. Flashbang goes forward, Raptor flashes himself and crosses over towards the blue bin. A nade that's deep and very, very healthy will make Raptor go down. Robin able to finish him off. Crucial, great angle from him, but Rainwaker walks in. That's his first kill, and what an impact it has had. Robin trying to swing around the corner will not do so. And is this going to be a defense? They know there's a player inside long. If Rocking can't get any kills, this becomes a lot easier, but he's found Robin, and he swings out for the second. Rainwaker and Rocking have made this round.
Good stuff from SKADE there, bouncing back nicely, and it's just going to continue their momentum into this game. As Endpoint, they are now on the back foot. They don't have a lot to work with. Surreal, he's able to keep himself alive with that kill right there. And it doesn't look like SKADE want to hunt, even though they have so much money. Denislaw is already on 60. After this round, he will have 16K, as a matter of fact. So we'll see if Endpoint are able to break that T-side economy. And that's what I talked about with just when Endpoint won the knife round, they chose CT side. And this is sometimes the hole you find yourself in. If the T's amass just a couple of rounds in a row, it's so detrimental to your chances. As just look at how Rocking plays this. He has no fear whatsoever. He knows he has the better weapon. He has the AK and high HP. He knows that if he finds the headshot before they do, he just wins the fight. It's as easy as that, and SKADE will be so happy about it. But they are not happy about the fact that they have to call a technical timeout here.
It's a great start for SKADE, though, Maui. They've been putting Endpoint's economy down while maintaining their own as well. Have you seen how much money they had?
Yeah, Denislaw was at 16K at the start of that round.
Right, that's what I wanted to check. That's hard to deal with.
Yeah, he dropped an AK, and there's just been so much
Yeah.
money amassed for SKADE that this is going to be very difficult to break, as there's, what, 6 rounds remaining in the half, and this is a good buy for probably 3 of those. And if they get the bomb down on even 3 losses in a row, it's at least 4 rounds right there, potentially.
I don't even know
speaking.
if you need the bomb down, to be honest.
It'll be close. Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
don't know what the money is on the last player, so when Rainwaker gets back, we'll probably have a slightly better estimate about the money, but I think it's 3 clean rounds of buys, and with bomb plants, definitely 4.
Yeah. But Endpoint, at the same time, you look at their money, it's just not there. And it all goes back to those 2 anti-eco rounds where SKADE was able to keep 4 or 5 players alive. They just have such a ridiculous amount of money. Endpoint were never quite able to do the same, actually. No double off setups are going to be coming out from them, potentially for the entire half. So you're looking at a very tetchy set of circumstances if you're an Endpoint fan. Oh. Observer flex going on. Observer flex coming in. And it's going to speed up. Is it going to speed up? Oh, it's going to speed up a little bit. Oh, it's like a roller coaster here, Maui. Oh!
Hey-o!
Zoom. It's like an onshore drone that has just found its way into Earth territory. Oh, it's going through tunnels. All right. It's admiring some of the crates over here, wondering, what an interesting way to store things if you are a human. And
yeah,
back to the T's. On they go. Even checking its angles, it knows it's got some threats, Maui. You know what? This is a great tutorial for low-level players. If you don't know how to check your angles, just fly around the map.
This is very much like an alien, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's like he's observing Earth's territory, giving it a nice scan, saying, "Ooh, this is how Earth's features are. This is how it looks. I will report back to the mothership now as he is gone."
Alternatively, beep, 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 beep. Everything sounds like R2D2 in my head. But no. Oh. Maui, do your best alien voice. Come on. You've got it.
Alien voice?
Yeah. You're not allowed to speak in English.
Take me to your leader.
You're not allowed to speak in English. Or any other language.
I don't know. That sounds like
that just sounds like a teenager who's going through a bad time in high school, trying to justify things to his mother, who's trying to ask him and be involved in his life, saying that, you know what, I'm here for you, Danny. Danny, I'm telling you, if things are going wrong for you, we can move you out of the school. My friends are here. Danny, they're not your friends. They're bullies. No, you don't understand me.
I was trying to emulate. There was one character, I think, in one of the Star Wars prequel trilogy. In the prequel trilogy, I think it was probably episode 1, that was like, or something like that. And I was just like, what the hell was that? So I just listened to that back a couple times, and that's what I was going for there.
Well, you know what? Star Wars character from the prequel is probably about as emotionally charged as a teenager in high school who's being bullied.
Sand. I hate sand.
It is pretty annoying though. Very, very rough against your skin. Ends up messing you up pretty badly.
He wasn't. Yeah, Anakin wasn't wrong with that take. I mean, I don't know why we're all hating on it. Like, how many people like sand that much?
Especially when you have to wash it off afterwards because it's kind of wet sand. It's nasty. Not a good feeling at all. It's one of the worst parts of going to the sea or the ocean.
Yeah, it's when I go to the beach, I actually do a very thorough job on the showers, which they usually have at the beach, the outdoor ones, just rinsing everything off and making sure before people go into my car that they do the same. And I'm not usually too much of a stickler about it, but I mean, I'm gonna have to vacuum it later. So I mean, you guys ridiculous. Help me out here, just get it off, because this stuff does suck.
Have you vacuumed your car?
You pretty much have to after
really
you go to the beach. Yeah, you got it. You got to get the sand out, because you go to the beach in your vehicle, like, you don't want to just let it all pile up. So you got to do it.
Do you guys? So do you have a cordless vacuum for that?
No. It's just a extension cord connected to my garage.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We're actually getting a nice little outside view. The part of Dust 2 that no one really sees. This is where the civilians used to live before 20 years ago Counter-Strike was made. This was a nice tree. It has actually taken away so many resources that the wall in the background is no longer there. It just goes into straight blue. If you look behind this door, there's actually an old woman who used to live there. Her name was Madalena, and she made the best bread in town. People would come from so far away that she actually ended up having to bar things off. This palace was created simply so that people could get bread more easily from Madalena, and this is where they kept the prisoners of people who tried to steal from Madalena once. But because the people loved her so much, they said, you know what, we need to create a prison for you. There you go.
That is why the terrorists
This
are
is
going
a
to blow
football.
this up.
This used to be a football ground, by the way, on behind. Can we go back to that episode? Yeah, this was a football ground.
Nice little court there, like or a nice pitch actually. But I don't think people know that, but the backstory, the lore of D2 is actually that they were trying to blow up all the bread. They were at the antiques and the bread. They wanted both. They wanted to take them all out because the terrorists, they couldn't get the bread. They wanted it so badly. They needed it, but it just wasn't enough for them. They didn't want to line up like everybody else.
Exactly.
And they said, if I can't have it, no one can.
That's where the English expression comes from. You know, get that bread. It's because of Madalena and what she made. 184 base 6, that was the code if you wanted to get her bread. This was actually her truck that she used to get it all back. You see those haystacks over there? Those actually used to hide loaves of bread inside them within tumultuous time. You see how they all look like it too? Maui, it makes perfect sense.
I think we're just explaining the lore for everyone else. I mean, at this point.
And this was a nice stairway. Yeah.
Yeah, they hid some more loaves here, and
that's why the CT spawn over there, because they eat and then they're supercharged. Yeah.
What kind of bread do you think she was putting together?
Probably some sourdough, because back then they didn't know how to make it, but she figured it out. Madalena changed the world, you know? It's true.
I'm a little surprised given the Middle Eastern setting that you didn't go for something more like pita or what are some other breads?
See, those are all conspiracies from the terrorists to make people think that sourdough isn't a Middle Eastern bread. It actually originates from Dust 2.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, that's where you're going with that one.
And look at that. You see all that blue there? That's actually water sources, because the bread took a lot of water to make. That's not a skybox at all. It's just water.
A little bit unfortunate.
Yeah. What can you do?
Have you had Saj bread? SAJ bread? It's like,
no, what is that?
I think it's a Middle Eastern bread, or it's
Really?
Turkish bread.
I want to Google this. I might have had it. Maybe I know. Have you ever had tiger something bread? It's this really nice speckled. Oh, that looks interesting actually. It's this really nice speckled crunchy bread, which is terrible for buns, but for some reason they make buns from it as well. The bread itself is great, especially if you're having it with hummus.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I've had tiger bread before. It's actually in the Bay Area. It's called Dutch Crunch, and it's kind of a San Francisco. Yeah, it's an SF Bay Area specialty. Actually, a lot of sandwiches do actually use Dutch Crunch bread. It's kind of a hallmark of delis in the Bay.
Ooh,
yeah,
that sounds
Dutch
good.
Crunch
Have you had it
sandwiches,
with hummus though?
No, I have not. I've mostly had kind of more standard deli sandwiches.
Okay, I'll tell you what the best thing is. All right, and you're gonna want to listen to this. You find yourself a pot of hummus, and you mix like peri-peri sauce in it, and you like thoroughly mix it properly. Then you just take some good tiger bread, or like you're saying, the Dutch crunch bread. You use it to dip it inside, and you eat it like that. So you use it kind of like a spoon for the hummus, and it's so good because the Nando sauce adds so much excellent flavor to it, especially if you're fond of spices. It's the best.
I love me some spices.
It's true. They're great. They're great. They're so good that, you know, my country got invaded for them for 200 years for it. I don't even blame them.
And they don't even use them in their food today.
That's true. It's so weird.
Yeah. It's a little bit unfortunate that the world had to be colonized the way that it did to not even get used the way that it should have with more spices.
Listen, on the bright side, they know how to make their mashed potatoes. That is true.
Bangers and mash.
Yeah, it's true. Listen, it's very hard to get a good mashed potatoes, right? You've got to get the right amount of lemon in there, the right amount of pepper, and also sometimes just a hint of oregano, which makes it really drives the flavor home.
Oregano?
Yeah, oregano, whatever you'd like to call it, weed.
Yeah, there's a fine art to it. I mean, a little bit of paprika goes a long way in that. You know, just some little bit whatever herbs you want to choose, whether it's thyme, parsley. Those are, I mean,
Good additions.
the world is your
Coriander.
oyster. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have come to really appreciate coriander. I think we're gonna get started in this game though, so we don't need too many more culinary takes, hopefully. But Rainwaker, he's back in here, but now he's having mic problems apparently. So we're still waiting
Back
for
to
that,
the food.
so you guys are aware. Yeah. All right, back to the culinary talk. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Is there anything you're particularly good at cooking, Maui? Do you have any specialties that you'd say for yourself?
My go-to dinner if I'm making something kind of nice for someone is just like a butter based ribeye, usually with garlic, a little bit of garlic and some thyme. And then I also I take out the filling of a baked potato. I
Right.
kind of mash it. I mix the potato with cheeses like mascarpone, salt, pepper, broccoli heads, sliced bacon bits, and I'll do that.
Yeah.
And recently I've been trying to practice my pasta game as well. So I've been
Pasta
making all
game's
the Roman
super
pastas.
important.
Yeah, I'm making like carbonara, cacio e pepe,
Yeah.
alla gricia lately. I've been trying to just like solidify my fundamental skills because I'm probably going to try some other dishes soon, but like I can make a French omelet too. So
Can you make a good tortellini?
no, I haven't really made that. So what are your specialties though?
Okay, my specialty. So my favorite is there's this soup, which is this broccoli soup, which has like broccoli cooked into it, and it also has some chunky broccoli bits, and they have some cheese with them in there as well. And it's this really thick soup that's practically a meal on its own, and that's one of my favorite things, especially if you've got some great bread to have with it. And that's why we're on Dust Stew. And because we need the great bread for the soup, we need to get back into the game to see whether the CTs can come out on top, whether or not I can have Medellina's bread for tonight's broccoli soup.
All right, we're finally back into this game, and Denislaw is going to be looking for a pick towards middle. We'll see which team is able to carry over a little bit of momentum here. Oh, wait, I think they're... Oh, wait. Okay, I thought they paused there, but no, actually, they will continue. It was just a slow long take, actually. So that was the strategy from SKADE. They kind of scared me there. I thought there was maybe another pause, but they will have long control now. And at this point, Endpoint, they have to decide where it is that they want to solidify their defense. They have Crucial towards Catwalk, but these players, Surreal and Robin, towards Platform. This is a little bit unusual in their setup here. We'll see how it transpires, though.
Endpoint is playing so statically, I can see why you thought maybe there's another boss coming in. They're not even ADing, which is sometimes strange to see on the map. But yeah, I like Robin's position. You can net a lot from a deagle if you get a little bit fortunate, get a little bit lucky with those kills. Plus, it allows Surreal to work off of him slightly more effectively because Surreal, he always has the comfort of knowing that if he wants to duck down, then Robin can swing and take the first contact. Smoke's coming in towards long. No contact so far. This is where Robin chucks out that Molotov, and he's got himself a good chance of getting a few deagle kills. Can they come up in time is the question, though. Robin swings out. No flashbangs to do anything. Surreal finds one. Almost makes it two, but Robin's the one to find the second. It is still up to Crucial over here. He's got a deagle. In the meanwhile, Mighty Max comes up with another kill of his own. Still has that M4A1S. Denislaw could be taken down from Gandalf. Now, Denislaw, got to be careful. He could be brought down in this position. He's not expecting it whatsoever. And now a 2 versus 1 where things are very tricky if they can recover that gun, and they have. Crucial has an M4A4, and they catch Spellin out with a grenade in his hand. Great round from them. Robin finding that crucial deagle shot, and Crucial being able to hide away in that brutal position where they just aren't ready.
I love that play from Crucial right there. That was such good awareness. He knows that they aren't going to expect him here after 2 players already died on the bomb site, but he was able to sneak himself into that position, find a very important headshot. And now look at the buy for Endpoint. They finally have some money to work with. They have double op setup, full utility across the board. And this is a very important round for them to win. They have a little bit of money to work with, but At the same time, they need to just get some rounds on the board. This is the side that they picked. This is the side that they wanted on their map pick. But Dennis Law, he's going to find an opening frag.
Important one to find as well. Surreal's one of the bigger fraggers on their side. More smokes coming in towards C. Okay, actually, no, never mind. That was above smoke. That's all good. Mighty Max, though, swings out wide, drops the bomb planter, has another chance, but he will not come through. 3 versus 2. Once again, playing that get right spot, but this time it's not Spellin. It is Rainwaker. Not Rainwaker, Raftu. Raftu has a great shot onto Robin, backs off, and he's got a smoke to cover his tracks as well. A 2v2, which is incredibly tricky when you consider where Raftu's position is. And they're trying to turn into 2 1v1s. Look at where Thomas is coming in from. He's going to be making it a quick 1v1 duel, but Crucial's lost the first one. And with that, SKADE, they've got money, they've got everything they need to keep on going and let Thomas fall.
SKADE keeping up the pressure here, and that was a round that Endpoint could not lose. Now their money is not too good across the board. They will still actually force into it, though, and it is not looking too pretty. They'll still actually have the double op setup, but the utility is really lacking. And if they weren't able to convert the last round, this one is going to be coming down to a few more choice shots here. 2 players cross mid early on, and Rocking is going to be taking that fight against Surreal, but actually on this side, Surreal, he will find the opening pick this time. That is a great kill for him. And Crucial, oh no, Crucial, you can't miss that. Oh, he's taking so much damage from that Molotov there, getting trapped almost, but he still manages to stay alive.
Flashbang comes in, Crucial drops off because of it, and Thomas will be the casualty. They've got good timing on the Molotovs, but with 1.5 minutes left on the clock, they can wait it out, especially if Rainwaker finds that kill on the Mighty Max. Now, Surreal, he knows he has to go over towards the B site. That is where SKADE has prioritized themselves earlier on as well. Good Molotov to push Surreal off. And the smoke to come through will keep him at bay. 3 players alive. This is the first time they've gone for the double op setup. They've found absolutely no success with it, and they will have to save. 4-8 seems to be the impending scoreline, and Spellin doesn't want to let them get away easy with these guns.
He's coming out with the get right lurk
right
once again, and he finds a wonderful tap right there. It looks like he will be taken out by Crucial, so they will, Endpoint that is, preserve these 2 ops unless Surreal gets taken out here. Crucial is trying to help out his teammate here. That will probably throw Raftu off of his scent. Surreal still waits in CT spawn, and Raftu, it does not feel like he can push in this situation. But on the other end, Denislaw, he's actually pushing towards long right now, so it's going to be a 1v1 across the board. Surreal is able to take down Raftu. Will Crucial be able to take down Denislaw? In fact, actually, both players miss. The swing comes out, and actually 5 dead on the side of SKADE, but they have so much money to work with, they did not mind.
Thomas has utility, right? Like, there's a gun drop for him. No, there's not. Never mind. This is problematic. SKADE is going for a timeout at an interesting point, actually. This is very beneficial for Endpoint because for some reason they're not taking their own. So maybe they can figure out where to get aggressive on the back of that. SKADE is already pretty comfortable. Spellin seems to be communicating to his team while he's waiting for his own buy. And they have money for the rest of the half, it seems like, with that round win or 2 that they managed to eke through. But Endpoint, they'd really like to get up to 7 rounds, which is entirely going to hinge on this round or not. If they lose this Maui, they could actually end up fighting on the terror side from 5-10 even. Rocking. He does like to get fast aggressively towards the blue bins, but this time he's gone forward and he gets control over Pit. Beautiful shot into Robin. I don't know how he got that, but Crucial and Mighty Max have responded. That was an insane shot into Pit, honestly. Spellin, fortunately, almost gets 1 in mid, but can't quite get it.
We'll see if Denislaw is able to get anything towards Catwalk here. He'll be throwing out a nice lurk smoke for him. Will that draw a rotation? It actually looks like it will. Spellin will just lurk right through the smoke. This might have been the winning play. Spellin with the big brain here as he lurks out of B. Will he go through the door to try to find a pick onto Surreal? It looks like that will be the case. Oh no, he was spotted from CT spawn. He still wants the bomb plant though for money, it looks like, or at the very least. That bomb though does not actually go down. Surreal was quick on the rotation, and now they know exactly where Dennis Law is, and the smoke towards CT is going to choke him off from the situation. Now, Surreal and Mighty Max, they just have to play a solid 2v2 here, or 2v1 at this point. They have full control of the bomb. It's on the site right now, and as long as they don't give up their lives needlessly, they should be rather clear-cut for them. Mighty Max still has decent utility here to slow down the SKADE player. But Dennis Law still wants to make a crack at it, but it will be Mighty Max who finds him right through the crack of the door.
Double up kept alive, very important. 5-8 for Endpoint. SKADE, despite Rocking finding a few amazing kills, which we will see again on the replay. Look at that. They are able to find a few more on the other side of the map, letting them have the 3v2 advantage early on, and they capitalize on the basis of that. But SKADE, like we said before, money is something that never really seems to be a problem for them. They've got their trust fund going. Spellen should be tagged down and brought down. He does manage to get a chance to get a single duel, but Thomas is still a bit too quick for him. Robin to take down the second. Raptor still stuck inside blue box, and he will fall after taking a single player down on his own as well. 4 versus 2, and Endpoint seem to have found themselves a way to fruition as long control pays out for them twice in a row.
Just Rainwaker remains. There are 4 enemies that he has to deal with here, and the first will be Surreal, and Surreal will stop him right in his tracks. That is exactly what Endpoint needed, and like you were mentioning, it seems like that tactical timeout from SKADE at 4-8 has come back to bite them. Endpoint, they've actually regained some footing into this game, and now they've actually broken SKADE's economy in that the last round for SKADE, it's not looking too healthy for them. They actually, it's okay, but a couple deagles and not the most utility across their players. We'll see if Endpoint are able to capitalize and make it an 8-7 half.
Well, that's not a great start for them. Crucial needs to find a few now. He does take Rocking's life away. The 4-4 is there, but with Mighty Max feeling mighty lonely on the B site, this could be tricky. Raptor's position honestly makes me think that they're going for a B hit. Dennis Law misses a shot. That breaks everything they wanted to do. Rainwaker now has to get this kill. Mighty Max is even getting aggressive. He knows the smoke is about to finish off. He knows this is the time when they will be coming through towards the B side if they want to do so. And now Rainwaker, he sees where Mighty Max is. He's pre-fired it, and they've got control over the B side. Robin, can he come through from lower tunnels and find anything? Endpoint are obviously going to go for this. It's the last round of the half, but they might be too slow. The full setup has come in, and the impossible to retake B site has been monopolized.
They still have 2 Molotovs, though, and if they're able to use these well, it could be an odd peek from Spellen. They're giving up the man-even situation, and now these mollies are so vital for this retake for Endpoint. One goes towards Car. I thought one would go under the window. I don't think that's going to be the case, but the flashes are beautiful, and it's a dismantling of that B site by Endpoint. Good stuff from them to close out the half. They brought that back from 4-8 to 7-8, and now it is anyone's game.
That was such a questionable peek down mid.
I guess they were setting him up with a flashbang, but it was not as perfect as it could have been. So, but Endpoint, they'll be really happy about that. And you could see that even when after that happened, the nades that they threw in after were so good that,
yeah,
I mean, maybe that's why they felt pressure to do that. Well, that's why Spellen thought that he needed that flash, because they should have actually known that they didn't bait out the CT utility towards A at all. They never even showed presence there. It was a pretty early hit towards B. So, maybe possible. They thought, yeah.
Personally, I think that there was a slight mistake actually in the post-launch setup, which, like, please do correct me if I'm wrong, which is that when you have 3 players on the B side and one of them is very obviously free to do whatever he wants a little bit beforehand, he went to Car. Instead, it's a lot easier to send that player to tunnel or to back platform, because he generally takes a longer time to set up. And if you're not able to get him there, then you feel very insecure going back yourself. So because of that, the third player could not make it to tunnel or to back plat, and he's forced to go a little bit aggressive in his own head, even though that wasn't really entirely true because we can actually see the CT side positioning. 2 people on card, though, is interesting over on long.
Yeah, this is a very tough setup to deal with for Endpoint here, as 3 players are at this A side. The double smoke comes out, a flash as well. Now Spellin has to tuck behind the car, but they spotted him, and that's a great opening frag. Raftu, though, he has to come up with a lot, but he only gets 1 off of that position. Now it's Dennis Law up to bat. He swings, and he's only able to find 1. 3v2 advantage for Endpoint, keeping their momentum from the previous half. Now Rocking and Rainwaker probably going to be seeing a boost constructed here. Nope, that actually won't be the case. But that audio cue, it alerted Crucial. He thought he could go for the swing, but Rainwaker took his head right off. Just Surreal and Robin remain. Surreal has such a good angle, though. He finds the tap on a Rocking. They know that Rainwaker is still here. When will the help come in? It will be right then and there, but Rainwaker says, nope, it's going to be still a 1v1, you and me, baby. Surreal dancing around the bomb site. Rainwaker, he doesn't have to kit, so he has to press on forward, and that will be his undoing as Surreal is holding that angle perfectly.
Very nice stuff from Surreal, but I have to give big props to Crucial for one thing as well, which was that if you saw his crosshair placement, he was expecting a boost to come through before. So when the smoke finished and he got the noise cue, that's when he swings out and dies. But his crosshair was exactly at a place where a boost would be coming through to try and deny a plant, try and get an early kill. So nice heads up little play from him, even if it doesn't materialize up ahead, but still good to see. Meanwhile, SKADE are going for the age-old play of let's send 4 people down catwalk to push them and give Robin a lot of money while we do that. He does get 3 kills. Crucial manages to find the 4th, and it's all on Spellin.
Even if he gets 1, that would be excellent for him and his team. They should know that he was the player boosting all these players up catwalk. We'll see if he's able to recover anything here. Crucial seems to be aware of this being a possibility, but Spellin, he hears this coming out potentially from Crucial, so he's just going to lie in wait. I don't know if Crucial will key in on this angle. He does. A little bit late as Spellin was able to find the dink, but he doesn't find the double dink. A necessary double dink to find a kill, which he does not get.
Well, maybe Endpoint can start building up the economy that SKADE did on their terrorist side, where they have literally about $12,000 average across the board. But that's easier said than done. There is an op on Dennis Law very early in. He does have a chance of going absolutely ham with it, especially if this boost gets a kill. Are they going to counter boost? Doesn't look like it. And there you have it. Surreal is down. Dennis Law, early advantage having been gained by him.
Well, 5v4 advantage for SKADE. Will they be able to find their first round here on the CT side? As flash comes out, that will push him off of the angle. Actually, there's no lower smoke. That's really interesting. Rainwaker, though, playing up close. He has to find this kill onto Thomas to secure this B defense. There's no one around to help him, surprisingly, but Thomas finds the entry, and that is a free and open B bomb site. SKADE, despite finding the opening pick, they actually gave themselves a huge losing condition in this round, and Endpoint were able to capitalize. Good calling from the Endpoint side to maybe realize that. I'm not sure what tipped them off into such an early mid to B play, but it worked out beautifully, and now SKADE will have to save here as this retake looks impossible to them. If only they knew the HP of the opposing players. Thomas and Robin, so low, 20 HP combined between the two of them. But SKADE, they just want to keep these guns alive and build and try to have another shot into the next round.
I love the call coming out. I think they just realized that if the early pick comes out from short, you're not going to see too many people on the B side because obviously you need the boost on short. So there's 2 people already there, and you're unlikely to be putting 3 people on B early in. So going mid just lets you get a free pick is probably what they thought. And then when they find out, oh, there's no one in mid, let's just go B, I guess. There's no worries about it. They must all be around long. And I'm guessing that's what happened. SKADE does call a timeout as they have to decide what to do with their saved guns and how to position themselves. They will have a buy, but yeah.
Yeah, they have to change something up here. They have yet to find a round on the CT side, but maybe a little, not too much to worry about it. They've only had to face 1 gun round, and it was a little bit fluky, perhaps, from Endpoint there to just find that opening pick. Usually you would think Rainwaker is at least good for 2 in those kind of circumstances, but he is having a rather quiet game. He is actually bottom fragging along with Mighty Max, but his KD ratio is actually worse than Mighty Max's, who's on 7-9. Rainwaker, on the other hand, is 7-13. No one is actually going to drop Rainwaker either, so it will be Spellin on the B site here. We'll see how this A defense works out as Raf2 throws a flash out. Mighty Max has found his way in a pit, and he should be good for 2 kills right there, and Endpoint are looking to control this A bomb site with those opening frags.
Interestingly enough, they are not going back even though they have a minute and a half left on the clock. You generally expect to see something like that, but Spellin has a very crucial kill. Oh no, he outplayed himself. Never mind, thank God. For a second, I thought Spellin and Rainwaker were both backing off towards the base side. Denislaw now is going to have some support because there's a boosted player, but Cyril is ready for it. Denislaw takes down Robin. He will have Mighty Max on his head, though. Rainwaker left alone versus 3. Nothing to do here, nothing to see. They will have a struggling buy in the next round regardless because they saved about $2,000 apiece this round, but they have to be disappointed on the SKADE side.
Yeah, I think they will be able to afford at least one op, though, which is nice. And Rainwaker, he had the lowest money, so if he saves this M4 into the next round, at least he'll have full utility, actually. SKADE will have to buy into the next round, but Endpoint, on the other end, they are having really great success at pretty much everywhere they've gone thus far. In fact, it's been a flawless T side for them. And Mighty Max, those 2 opening frags were so big. You could see how well versed the flash procedures were for Endpoint there. Both players just blind, running through the smoke. They felt so desperate, whereas Mighty Max, he knew exactly what was coming. He knew exactly what to look for. He jumps into the pit, finds 2 opening frags. Good stuff from him. And we're going to see it again right here. Just gets that first one, and the second player, Raf2, he is just lost. He ran through a smoke. He was spinning around to even get to that position, and Mighty Max capitalizes on it beautifully.
Lower tile control will not be contested, which could prove to be an important point to note. They have gone for the early mid to B before as well, and with the way things are shaping up, the only person who could support mid, actually no, never mind, they've actually rotated back rocking as well. So mid to B looks to be in the cards. Cyril at the very least is postured to make it seem that way. Rainwaker is not getting aggressive though. He's more just scared and wants to set up a crossfire. It's all about Denislaw and what information he can get. Cyril looks like he might be overwhelmed pretty soon though. There are 4 players on A short. He is going to play the classic lurk position, but can he find any kills? Maybe if there were some smokes to come through, they would be forcing SKADE to flash themselves out. That's one smoke there. He is going to come through, find the first steal, and move back, using the smoke to his fullest. And Cyril, well, he kills himself in that Molotov. Seems a bit unnecessary, but you know what? Why not? Denislaw with a great shot on the Thomas will allow him the retreat back and re-peek if he wants to do so. He'll have to do so pretty soon. But in the meanwhile, someone's dropped down. Is that going to be a trouble? It looks like it might be. Lots of flames all over the place. Flashes as well. This full execute has let the bomb be planted. No worries at all. Crucial then comes through and takes Denislaw down. Very nicely done over there. Raf2 and Rainwaker have to come up big.
Yeah, but these angles are so tricky for them. Mighty Max, he should be able to find something here on the Rainwaker. They're just flirting with them at this point. Rainwaker, he has a lot of foes ahead of him. Maybe an ill-advised jump up from Robin. And now this round's turning on its head. Mighty Max is in the 1v2 here. He's playing around the default position. He knows that they are all around him, and Spellin's able to find the kill. Ooh, Robin, he wishes he didn't do that now. He was a little bit too excited about that. It felt like everything was going the way of Endpoint in that round, in that 3v2 situation. But just dancing with death a little bit too much. They flirted, and they got caught in the DMs right there because Robin, he wishes he didn't maybe say some of the things he did.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not a good idea to DM someone with a verified checkmark, Robin. It's a reference for some people. Cyril. Oh no, Denislaw just took him down. That was far too easy for Denislaw to just get that kill. 9 to 11 might turn to 10 off the back of that. Endpoint have brought their way back from a few impressive man advantages, but this time just dying at long doesn't even give you any information. Otherwise, if you're dying to a boost from short, that gives you a lot of info. If you're dying to potentially a player inside mid, that can give you info, but this one is completely different.
As the round slows down, Endpoint will be looking for a new avenue for success here. They will be backing up, and it looks like it will be, in fact, a late long take. I like this call, actually, as Raftu's position does not look too strong to hold it off. We'll see what he's able to do, though, as likely a flash will be flying through these doors, or will it be a contact play? I think Mighty Max has a flash ready for them. Raftu will get blind from that. That should allow them to scale. The molly might be a little bit late here. Actually, it's way too late. Raftu, that was just a little bit too... lackluster, just a little too lax in that whole setup. Denislaw with an interesting counter smoke. I wonder how he's going to be able to play off of this. Will Crucial be able to see him on the top of it? This is just very unusual. They both miss each other, though, and Endpoint, they still are solidifying their attack at long. Crucial does find that headshot there, and now Spellin, it's up to him to lock this A site down. He goes for a no-scope through the smoke, isn't able to connect, almost there with the quick scope, but now he's desperately, frantically jumping up here. It's down to Rocking, but he's taken down as well. Now Rainwaker, he's on the flank. This is so quick, it might catch them off guard, but the bomb is still planted in time, and Thomas is able to recover. Now SKADE just leaves Spellin in a 1v3, and it looks like he does have to go for the save here. Maybe he was thinking about it with a long flank, but with how fast Rainwaker died, he cannot opt for that at this point.
That's 3 rounds now, Maui, where Endpoint has gotten onto the bomb with almost all of their players intact after they lose the first pick.
Yeah, that's a good point. It feels like SKADE just can't solidify their defense after finding these 5v4 advantages.
That's really troublesome for CT side on Dust 2 especially. You need to be able to aggress and find those pickoffs, otherwise you just see the bomb get planted, and it doesn't matter if you find early picks, you have to make do with them. This is something where the map lends itself to breaking one of the basic principles of Counter-Strike, which is, oh yeah, if you're 5v4 at CT side, don't get aggressive. No, that's simply not the case in Dust 2. There's so many opportunities for the T's to flash you out and get the kill on you that they will get the bomb plant then, and then you're just in a pickle.
Yeah, I think some of the decisions from the SKADE individuals is what cost them in that round. That weird kind of jump spot from Raftu. It was a nice shot from Thomas to catch him there, but I don't know why he doesn't just throw the Molotov, and I don't know why Denislaw tries to do this little right-click smoke and peek over it. When you're still in a 4v4 situation, you don't need to find another pick. You know that they have long. Rainwaker should have seen 3 of them when he was jumping at least, so I don't know why he was so desperate for another frag there. Could have just played the retake, but Endpoint, I gotta give them credit too. They had a very good round there, and Thomas had a very good nade there as well. He does a lot of damage to Raftu, and he might be set up for a lot of frags there if they continue pushing, but that will not be the case. It will be Rainwaker on perhaps a very quick flank here. Oh, this might catch them off guard. It's actually going to only get 1.
Still, important kills, because now Denislaw has a bit more freedom. He misses the shot. It's on the leg. And with that, Thomas, who had the scout from far away, can get a bit more aggressive. Thomas has consistently been left on the lurk to find these stragglers. Denislaw's position means that he can't even get away and save the op. He will be pincered on one side or the other. That's why you can see Rafter coming in from behind. If he can kill Thomas, well, that's actually a done deal. Dennis already has taken him down. SKADE, do they go for this retake? They will have money to buy up this op in the next round. If only that double op, that'll be problematic. Spellin is down though, and with that, Crucial finds another. I think it might be it. Denislaw has to back off.
Yeah, just has to save the op here. Raftu, there was a player that died top mid for Endpoint. Oh, that
they
was
lost his AK already.
Yeah, so they didn't get that, and all right, so That's too bad, as SKADE will not be able to take an AK into this round, but they will have good utility, and they have been rather unsuccessful on the CT side. We'll see what they get going for them in this round, as they will opt for the double op setup. Crucial, looking for the opening pick, and he will find it crossing there. That's so unlucky if you're SKADE, and it's going to be Endpoint walking onto this B site. They will still throw their nades, they'll still exercise some caution, but they will quickly find out that there is no one to meet them here, and it might be a desperation attempt from Rocking, but a team kill from Thomas will actually bring down one of his own players, but it's still a 4v2 advantage for Endpoint, and that is just so unlucky. You don't even always see that in a game, but when you do, you just have to wince a little bit. You just have to feel bad for that player crossing at B, because I mean, that's one of those weird risks that's built into this Dust 2 map. Okay, because this round seems to be over, what is your opinion on Dust 2 tea time?
I actually started to like it a lot. I used to dislike it before the Home Sweet Home Cup, but recently, I think what's really changed Dust 2 is the fact that you can throw those two smokes to cross on short, where the second smoke goes down on the boost spot, and that changes it completely, in my opinion, because that makes it so that short is a much more viable place for fakes. It's a much more viable place for picks. It's a much more viable place for executes. So I actually quite like it now. I think that really goes to show you what one smoke can completely change in the metagame. Nice shot from Crucial to Rainmaker being shown in the replay. But yeah.
Yeah, I actually like Dust 2 a lot with quick pace IGLs. Like, IGLs like Kerrigan have always looked good on this map, and I don't think that's just because he has good players. He actually is a good caller, but you don't need good calling when you have Thomas firing shots against his opponents. He takes down Rocking here and puts Endpoint at the precipice of finding their 15th round. It's a 5v4 situation. They have complete long control, and they have been so deadly at this position. SKADE has had no answers for when Endpoint takes long. Will they find one here? Will they reaggress? Because when Endpoint they find themselves in these situations, they have a good way to find a plan B, to take a little bit of map control back. Now, SKADE do it, and that might actually give them an avenue for success here. But watching the flank is surreal. So he will cover the whole long flank. He knows that Endpoint isn't going to be shot right in the back yet, but it's going to likely be a full long exec from Endpoint. Probably cross smokes and a couple flashes come out. We'll see how things transpire here, as the SKADE defense has really solidified towards Catwalk.
And this Molotov as well. This can actually be a game changer. It's a straight Molotov towards short, and it makes it very difficult for the CTs to adjust to the T side. It is one that was used before as well, but Dennis Law, as he goes down, he was forced to get a lot more aggressive because of it. And I like this. T side, they back up. They decide, you know what, let's go in towards mid. Let's go in towards B. Let's find these players, find these stragglers. 20 seconds on the clock. We've got plenty of time, but Rainwaker finding that spray should not have been possible. And now he's repositioned, and with how low Thomas and Robin are, I think this might be a round for SKADE, where he gets the shot he needed to. And with that, Thomas, I mean, no chances here for him. If he gets a kill, that's great. They do have money on Endpoint, so getting a kill would be massive, but SKADE finally come through off the back of a sloppy spray.
That felt like Endpoint kind of gaming themselves a little bit there. They had a 3v2 advantage. They could have just continued on to that A bomb site, but instead they decided to go for this kind of big brain reroute, and Robin loses, or Surreal loses that duel towards the middle, and that's kind of shooting themselves in the foot just a little bit there. And I don't blame them, because Long has been so successful, you kind of begin to think, maybe we can't just do the same thing again and again and again. But after, in the results-oriented thinking that I am coming up with here, maybe they should have.
Double op, Rainwaker and Dennis Law. They've sacrificed a lot of utility for this, Maui. And they do find the early kill. Crucial dry peeking, that might be a bit of a questionable one. But now it's all about Dennis Law. He misses the shot. He got aggressive again. Re-peeking can be useful, but not at that moment. Endpoint again from a 5 versus 4 should be able to come out on top. Mighty Max, he's ready with some great flashes, some great Molotovs. They've lined them all up, and in they go. A site seems to be completely underneath control. Spellin, Nade to fly through to try and prevent the bomb from being planted, but Mighty Max, as healthy as he was, can't just die to a nade when he has armor. I think they have to save on SKADE side here. They don't have the money, but saving and going down 10-15 is such a difficult decision to make. Thomas, though, will make it an easier decision as he will just start to kill them all. Spellin will be the last man to fall. 15-10. SKADE might be out of it, Maui.
Yeah, when you think about the rounds that SKADE has won on the CT side, there have been two. The first one was a 3v2 disadvantage where they had two players, one towards long, one towards CT, and Robin just kind of jumped up on the ledge and gave his life away to Rainwaker. And the other one that Endpoint lost was when they had a 3v2 advantage and just kind of overcalled it and lost out on their man advantage due to a mid lurk. So this has just not been a convincing CT side for SKADE. That is something I can say with certainty. The only rounds they win feel like Endpoint have just kind of thrown them a bone, I would say. And this time they are not going to do just that. They are going to put their foot on the SKADE's players' throats as they come out towards long and look to close things out here. Just Rainwaker and Denislaw remain. Thomas will find this kill. Of course he will. And now it's just Denislaw with the op. He's been fantastic thus far. Actually, one of the better players finding opening picks for SKADE, but this is likely too tall of a task for him.
Yeah, this probably is just a forfeit over here. Maui, your turn. What do you think about Dust 2 as we will watch Denislaw's last minutes and potentially his last hurrah? Finds one quick kill. Cyril is downed, but retaking the B-bomb site is infamously difficult. This will not make it any easier.
Now he gets smoked off at this point. It's practically impossible. If Denislaw clutches this out, this needs to be on the front page of Reddit. But it does not seem likely. Already receiving some spam. He's at 30 HP now. Smoked off. And Endpoint are covering their bases.
Oh, well.
And they're just going to shoot him right through the smoke. A little bit anticlimactic, but that's just sometimes how these games end. A very good long take from Endpoint, and they controlled that part of the map all game on